All right, Shalom, Akim. Shalom, Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. This is your brother Zakaria Allah, branched out here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. So I come with a quick lesson through the Spirit, and Lord willing, this be edifying to the Lord's elect. Before I get started with this lesson, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, whom I've grown in this truth. Double honors to the apostles and the others of Great Millstone who have grown in this truth under. Shalom to the Akim out there that's pushing the truth, that's laboring in the word, and that's pushing the gospel of the great kingdom that's soon to come. Shalom to the Akwath that's listening in, that's remaining true to the faith, remaining faithful and submissive to their husbands and guiding their children. And shalom to the hopeful elect of the 12 tribes scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. To you Israelite foreigners out there who live among the heathen and who look like those heathen nations. But your lineage goes back to the progenitors of the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel through the line of your fathers. All right, I want to say peace and blessings to you all. Barakatham. Okay, so I wanted to quickly report on this, a very significant event. All right, apparently there has been a very rare solar eclipse. All right, a ring of fire, if you will, that just happened. You know what I'm saying? I'm watching this individual right now capture this footage, and it's sped up to four times speed. But yeah, he records the eclipse that happens, and that's happening. That's happened today, February the 17th, 2026, the year of apostasy, sellouts, and agents. All right, and it's spiritual that this is happening. Okay, this is happening on the Sabbath day. You know what I'm saying? And it's so many tensions that's going on right now. So much tension in West Asia, around the world. You know what I'm saying? All these things that was prophesied to take place. You know what I'm saying? And that's today with this solar eclipse. Okay? And I'm gonna just go straight to the positioning. All right. Right about here. Yeah, so this is when I believe this is when it happens. All right. Sort of wait this one out. You know what I'm saying? And you have people who gaze at the stars. You know what I'm saying? People who are always on to onto the celestial bodies that move in the heavens. You know what I'm saying? And this is why these devils are moving the way that they're moving and as fast as they are, because they know that they have a short time left. Let me get a scripture. All right. Bear with me, man. Let's see. All right, this is Revelation chapter 12. Okay, and verse 12. And it reads, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time." And all these signs and works that we see in the heavens, okay, these are tokens. These are the things that the men of the Lord, okay, and the children of Israel as a whole were told to keep watch over. You know what I'm saying? To watch for, and to remain diligent and vigilant in seeing these things coming to pass. You know what I'm saying? And I was made hit to this from one of my beloved Akwath. You know what I'm saying? All right, beloved Akwath, man. She showed me these uh eclipses that's happening. All right, so this is the first one that we're having for. Excuse me. This is the first one that we're having for this year, which is the solar eclipse. All right, forming a ring of fire, and then what we're going to be having next is a lunar eclipse. Okay, and the lunar eclipse happens in March. You see what I'm saying? I don't, I don't know when this thing's gonna hit, but yeah. So it pretty much darkens out around this time. Yeah. So with that, let me grab this in the book of Job. All right. Let's see, Job. All right, Job chapter 14. Let's go to Job chapter 14 and verse 5. It reads, "Seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass." Okay? So yeah, man. You know, and you got this solar eclipse that happened. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, the clouds are all in the way, but yeah, man, it's something to behold. You know, because we were told these things was going to happen right before the end. Let's get this in the book of Luke. Okay? All right, Luke chapter 21. And let's hit verse 25. Luke chapter 21, verse 25, it reads, "And there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations with perplexity." All right, and upon the earth distress of nations with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring. You know what I'm saying? We're seeing these you know, the uproars of the people, man. All of this was prophesied. All of this was prophesied. Verse 26, men's hearts failing them for fear and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken. All right, verse 27, and then shall they see the Son of Man coming in the cloud with power and great glory. You know what I'm saying? And when this subdermal device, okay, becomes mandated, then you know that our our salvation is weeks away. You know what I'm saying? No more than a couple months away, man. You see what I'm saying? And right now we're seeing World War III on the horizon. You know what I'm saying? The people are in a state of uproars, man. So how much closer is that our temptation, where they implement this digital surveillance system and force the people to comply with receiving this MARK? You see, we're close. We're very close. All right. In verse 28, it says, "And when these things begin to come to pass, then look up and lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh. Okay, and our redemption is drawing nigh, man. All right. So let's yeah, this is taking forever, man. All right, so this is where you get the effects of the moon. All right. Okay, so we can start to see that the moon is beginning to be covered up. Okay, you can see that. This all happened today. All right. Okay. So, to see it all in person, of course, you have to go to Antarctica, to see it directly. But yeah, he just caught the partial eclipse that happened. All right, and the only way you going over there to Antarctica is you're gonna have to deal with Russia. Russian research stations. You know what I'm saying? Some American research bases and whatnot. All right, so yeah, nobody's going to see this directly over there in Antarctica who's not a part of the government. Okay. But in any case, let's keep going. Bear with me. So again, this was brought to my attention by the beloved Akwath. You know what I'm saying? Um, and shalom to her. So the Ring of Fire eclipse, as you just saw, you know what I'm saying, a partial eclipse that happened here, but it could be seen, all right, in its entirety in Antarctica. You know what I'm saying? So that's the Ring of Fire. The next one will be the lunar eclipse. The lunar eclipse will be a blood moon, March the 3rd. Okay, and March the 3rd is close to the time of the deadline when that that Trump has given to to Iran. Okay, so it's right around the time where these Ishmaelites and these so-called Arabs and these Persians where they end Ramadan, you know what I'm saying? And expect to see escalations ramping up. Because we just heard from Xi Jinping that any action that's done towards Iran will be seen as an action against Chinese interest. All right. So let's go here. Let's go to 2nd Esdras chapter 9. All right. 2nd Esdras chapter 9. And this is around the time of the Passover. March the 3rd is around the time of the Passover, man. You see? So this is real heavy times that we in. You know what I'm saying? So stay vigilant. You gotta stay vigilant in this thing. This is 2nd Esdras chapter 9 and verse 1. It reads, He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself. So when you got these jokers out here talking about, well, what if it doesn't happen the way that you expect it to happen? Clearly, we're seeing it happening the way that the prophets have expected it to happen. The way that the Lord said it was going to happen. It's all happening. You see what I'm saying? It's all happening. The Lord sent forth the word. And he used his prophets to speak the word. You see what I'm saying? The fact that you don't believe the words of the prophets, that's on you. You know what I'm saying? It's on you. It's not on us, beginning with our apostles, bishops, and elders, man. It's not on us. You see what I'm saying? We have a more sure word of prophecy. And this thing is kicking off. With or without you niggas. You see what I'm saying? With or without you niggas, man. All right? He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. And when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes, we're seeing those, and uproars of the people in the world, we're seeing those. All right? Then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest, even so the times also of the highest have plain beginnings in wonders and powerful works, and endings in effects and signs. You see what I'm saying? A couple months ago, we saw the massive replicated Statue of Liberty fall down in Brazil. Just last week, we saw these Iranians. Okay, the Persians was burning an image to Moloch Baal. You see what I'm saying? And an image of the obelisk, stating that this is in defiance to this is a pretty much a visual representation of, you know, Babylon the Great and these Amalekites burning to the ground. You know what I'm saying? And that is prophecy. That is prophecy. America will burn along with the state of these Amalekites, man. It's going to burn. The only difference is, all right, Israel will be rebuilt. You see what I'm saying? Not so for America. Not so for America. And as we know, according to prophecy, when Yahushua said it himself, okay, take heed that no man deceive thee, okay? Because we also have to remember the time framing of prophecy. Okay? Everything has to come in order. Okay? And he does not move nor stir them till the said measure be fulfilled, right? Let me see if I can get that real quick. Salaki. Let me see. This is I think it's in Second Esdras. All right, Salaki. This is Second Esdras chapter 4 and verse 37. It reads, by measure hath he measured the times, and by number hath he numbered the times. And he doth not move nor stir them until the said measure be fulfilled. Okay? It took time. It was a process. Okay? It was a whole process. The Lord had to allow these devils to be exposed in the way that they're being exposed. He had to allow them to be seen as the villains that they truly are, not the victims or not the heroes that they claim to be. You see what I'm saying? Being America and state of Israel, man. All right, the Lord had to allow these devils to be hated around the world, okay, in such a degree that is irreversible now to try and fix their image. There's no possible way that they can go back. There's no possible way that they can make the people no longer see them as the monsters that they are. You see? It took a process a process of time to get to the point where we are, to where now people are starting to look at these so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Indians in a different way, because everyone is looking at the prophets now. Everyone is watching the prophets. I'm talking about the true prophets, the ones that's truly preaching this word in truth and in sincerity, man. And that's coming from the apostles, bishops, and elders on down of the great millstone and the men of the likewise doctrine. You see what I'm saying? So this was a process that was long in the making. You know what I'm saying? And so now the signs are here. The signs are here. We're on the precipice of World War III reaching its climax. You know what I'm saying? And we're also on the brink of world collapse, because when America collapses, it's not just going to affect America. It's going to affect everyone on the planet. Everyone. You see what I'm saying? So it's only a matter of time. All right. So that's pretty much it, man. That's pretty much it. Let me see. This is Isaiah chapter 42, verse 9. Behold, the former things are come to pass, and new things do I declare. Before they spring forth, I tell you of them, and the world has been told of what's coming. Okay? The world has been told. They've been told about this economic crash that's going to break the nations to its knees. Okay? And it's going to be there's going to be no other viable um alternative but to go to war with the whore that sits upon the beast. This is another thing this is another aspect that's going to cause the further dismemberment of NATO. You see what I'm saying? Because NATO is against this whore, man. NATO is against what America is doing. You see what I'm saying? The beast, being EU and NATO, is against what this whore is doing. They're saying, what are you talking about? Going to war with Iran? What are you talking about? That's going to be so catastrophic. You think that these generals are the only ones that's telling Trump the red alerts are flashing everywhere if you attack Iran? It's not just the generals in the White House that's telling Trump this message. You got the generals that's telling Keir Starmer. You got the generals that's telling Emmanuel Macron. You got the generals that's telling the president of Germany, you know what I'm saying, Denmark, of Poland, and all these different places of what is going to happen, how is it going to affect them if these fools over there in America do Israel's bidding and attacks Iran. You see what I'm saying? So all of these NATO countries are thinking twice, like, wait a minute, man. Do we really march in with Trump on this? You see what I'm saying? The guy that can't be trusted, you know what I'm saying, as far as you could throw him. The man that is he is the most corrupt politician in human history. All right. So this is only going to lead to the inevitable outcome where these nations will turn on America, because it's the only wise decision. It's literally the only wise decision. You see what I'm saying? The Lord has painted he's painted America into a corner. And all these nations individually, he has painted them into a corner. What do you do next? Do you keep this alliance together for the sake of having an alliance? Because the one glue that was holding the alliance together is no longer applicable in the sense of being relied upon. You see what I'm saying? So there's no other viable option to this problem that they find themselves faced with. And that's where you get Obadiah, verse 7. You see what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? These scoffers out here can scoff and mock all they want to, man. But there's no going back from this. There's no going back. Once they move forward with their digital plans, you know what I'm saying, to have everyone marked with this karagma, you know what I'm saying, with this subdermal device, you know it's over. It is over. And all it's gonna take is one good F flag. You see? Obadiah 1:7. All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound unto thee. There is none understanding in him. You see? And as the scriptures say, wisdom is there wisdom no more in Taman. You know what I'm saying? And these Edomites are no longer they're no longer portraying themselves as the good guys. You know what I'm saying? They know that that's a failing dichotomy that they've leaned upon for so many years. You know what I'm saying? And that facade is falling apart as the days go by. You know what I'm saying? I was listening to a video from the beloved Elder Malcolm, who was also responding to Elder Amawan Gabar. You know what I'm saying? We're almost out of here, man. We are almost out of here. And all the signs are there. So, you know what I'm saying? Keep the faith, man. And stay true to this gospel to the end. Okay? Stand on faith. Stand on all the things that you was taught, man. You see what I'm saying? And hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown. You see? It's about to get hot and heavy. So I'm going to cut that there. I pray this lesson was edifying to the elect of the nation of Israel. This has been your brother Zakaria Allah, branched out here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. In closing, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Ruchak Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, of whom I've grown in this truth under. All right, peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Hey, Shalom.